everybody, I'm back again here. I know you've had a lot of videos this week, but this one's special because this one is going over our July horror box, which is a summer horror theme, and that's what I'm here for. That's why you got the 52 weeks planned with me yesterday, and now you're getting this, but we're releasing this on the same day that we're doing all of our other new releases. So I have a couple right here. We have a couple of kits that hit the shop in all the formats, so you know it's all great. And I'll tell you why we only had a very small release of kits, and then we had a whole ton of washi drop. Like I have almost all of them right here. We have more than this that dropped. So these are my personal ones. These were the ones that I was doing like layouts with, but they are mystery kits and past monthly functional subs, washies, leftovers. So those are up. So that was our new releases. Figured I'd get that out of the way, and we can go ahead and get right into this bad boy. So the washi this month is definitely a summer themed. And this washi is my favorite. I'm so happy with this washi. Like, look at that. It's got the sharks in hollow, and I'm dying over it. Just dying. It's amazing. So we're going to use that. As always, you get the lovely washi card, and this will mimic the journaling card that's going in there. I could not get past this toes sticking out of the sand, jaws in the background. Like, it just has me all sorts of just giddy and happy, and I'm just amazed by it. Okay, and then on the back is just going to be a very solid like blood spatter pattern going on there. It's kind of hard to see because it gets that glare, but it's there. And then, you know, obviously our name. And then this month we're keeping it light. You know, because you know how you do some light summer reading at the beach. So this is a bookmark for you. It is sublimated on only one side. The other side is blank for you to do whatever you would like. You could put a quote on there, a sticker on there, whatever you'd like. But we have it sublimated here with obviously this quote right here because it is some light reading. And they will all come with a tassel, and those tassels will vary in color. Okay, so those will vary. All of our kits always come with the date dots, the B6 washi, or time strip washi, or whatever you want it to be. Like, it's just 3 strips of plain washi for you to use however you want. However, it works perfectly in our B6 planners, hence the reason why I call it B6 washi. Okay, you get a set of die cuts, and we have quite a few here. So rough waters ahead, you've got your beach supplies, can't forget about the swim trunks. Of course, no trip to the beach is ever done unless you build a sandcastle. Must keep that pesky sun off of your alabaster skin, or, you know, any type of skin, honestly, because, you know, the horror characters, sometimes they're working on their tan. Some of them are more tan than others, but still, we don't want them to burn, okay? And then, like I said, your light reading, they're getting ready for their scaring time, so they're getting back into that. They're having their light summer reading, all of that. Another bag full of your beach goods, and then last but not least, another set of swim trunks, because our guys are not going to be flashing anybody, that's for sure. Okay, here are the full boxes, and then I have everything down in here, and this one is going to come with the journaling kit right here. Okay, so in great fashion that I always do, we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to set the washi to the side because I'm going to use that as a monthly thing. Like what I've done in the past here is I take the bottom washi, I use our 10mm washi, I put that there, I put the washi there, and then in my spreads, let's see, I use the actual washi down here. So that's what I do. So we are going to lay down for July 10th through the 16th. So let's go ahead and get into that. And let me tell you that the past few days, the past now almost 2 weeks has been absolutely crazy. if you work with computers, if you work in an office and have computers and you guys have IT professionals that help you when any computer issues come along and whatnot, go ahead and give them a hug, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because owning your own business, and especially kind of like working from home, I have to rely sometimes on outside sources. So if any computer issues really happen, I have to take it to somebody, or I have to figure it out for myself, okay? I do this to myself, I'm telling you. I do it to myself. I've done this once before, however, I was able to save it, so that was great. This time around, I got a little scared, I'm going to be honest with you. So, to kind of give a little bit of backstory, I'm not a fan of updating to the brand new operating systems on Macs. Those are the computers that we use. We use Mac computers for all of our stuff. I like Mac. I really have loved Mac for a really long time. However, definitely within the past 5 years for sure, I've grown a little frustrated with them. And some of that has to deal with their operating stuff. I would have to say definitely once Steve Jobs, and I'm not saying that he was like the guru that did it all, but just when Steve Jobs stepped down, I just noticed some different things happening, right? Things that I just wasn't exactly, like when new operating systems would come out, I wasn't exactly thrilled with them. So I'm not saying that he had that much of a hand in it, but definitely, you know, it obviously coincided with something. So, well, one of my applications for an app, one of my applications on my computer is no longer going to be supported come the end of the month. I can still use it, however, it's not going to sync with stuff, so I wouldn't be able to access, if I did work on that one, I wouldn't be able to access it from the app say on another computer. I would have to like manually upload it through the website, and that's just one more step. So I was like, well, you know, okay, maybe it's time. Let's go ahead and upgrade. I know kind of what's going to end up happening. I'm not too thrilled about it, but I feel like we can make it work, right? So I did that on Memorial Day because it was Memorial Day. Not a whole lot of work going on. We did a little bit of work, and I was like, you know what? I'm not pressed for anything. Hindsight, I should never tell myself that. I should never tell myself, oh, I'm not pressed for anything, because now I'm way behind. And I'm way behind based upon my schedule. I'm not way behind, meaning that like orders are not getting fulfilled and stuff isn't getting done. Like, no, I'm way behind on what I want to be at. So I gotta kind of like make that just a little bit clear, because I don't want it to be taken out of context. I'm just behind from what my schedule says I should be doing right now. My schedule says we should be well into July stuff, and that's not the case right now. All because of this last 10 days, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, week and a half, that kind of shenanigans. So I upgraded. And if you know anything about Mac operating systems, you cannot downgrade very easily. So when you upgrade, you better be sure that that's what you want to do. And a lot of the times, and this is the part that's very frustrating, because a lot of the times you can't know if it's going to be a good fit for you or not. You don't know if your apps are going to work. You hope they will. I mean, that at the end of the day, anytime we update our operating systems, we hope that it's going to be, that it's going to work out correctly. But sometimes it doesn't. Apps may have not gotten updated. Like the developer may not have updated stuff yet. And so it works buggy. You know, new things don't work quite the same. all that stuff. So sometimes it really is honestly a shot in the dark. It is not something that you're like, oh yeah, everything's gonna work out hunky-dory. And anybody who has a Mac operating system and has had to upgrade, especially when they use their Macs for designing and printing and cutting, knows all too well how frustrating it is to get Silhouette to actually work appropriately. You don't have near as many issues on PCs, is from what I hear. I wouldn't know because I've never used Silhouette on a PC. And I've never used Photoshop or Illustrator or any of that on PCs. I have been a Mac, like I said, Mac lover. So they don't make it entirely easy to downgrade. I learned a lot about computers the past week and a half and different things, and I'm really glad it worked in my favor. Long story short, I'm really glad it worked in my favor, but I really hope I don't ever have to do this again. So I'm going to be very, 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 very careful about upgrading in the future. I thought I was being even more careful this time around because of my last experience. My last experience, I ended up having to wipe my entire hard drive and install the original operating system, and it still is glitchy and buggy because of things that were written onto the hard drive. So normally, this is what I was saying, is that when you, I was telling my kid that, normally when you upgrade, it wipes everything, puts the new operating system on, and so if you ever have to wipe it again, theoretically, it should all be gone. Well, sometimes things change, and even though if you wipe it clean, a couple of things stay around that just kind of make things problematic. So here we are. Okay, I think, let's see, what did we do for the, okay, we did do a structured like one. Okay, so we're not going to do that this time, but however, we are going to use some bigger stickers because it is the middle of the summer. And literally my kids are not going to be doing anything except for playing outside. That's kind of, and doing chores. And then when we go places, I mean, that really is all that's going to be happening. Okay. So when I had to upgrade my laptop, or when I upgraded it and then needed to downgrade it, it kind of got a little glitchy and buggy, and I'm still dealing with some of those, but we have really great workarounds. Wow, my tongue really did get all discombobulated there. We do have really great workarounds for it all. So I am, happy that we have those types of things to be able to use, or to be able to like have those types of workarounds. However, this time around, like I said, I really did think that I was doing a great job at, oh shoot, I placed that one down a little too close. So I really did think that I had my ducks in a row this time. I was like, I remember what happened the last time. I remember that I need to do this. And I was like, well, I'm not able to like recover. And here's the funny thing, you guys. So I have external hard drives to back up our computers via the time machine. So that way, if I ever lose any files, I know that I can actually recover them, right? Wow, I am just laying things down crooked as all get out today. So I thought for sure I would be able to access at least a past backup. None of my backups showed up. None. Not a single one. Not a single backup showed up. Which tells me that I could hear it whirring, but it wouldn't even register that something was connected. So when I upgraded to the new operating system, something happened, and I'm not exactly sure. obviously, because I don't know that much, but clearly something happened. And I could not access any of my backups. Even when I upgraded the software on the external hard drive, I still couldn't access anything. So something happened during the upgrade. Funny thing is the last registered backup was the day that I upgraded my operating system. So I'm pretty sure something happened when I was upgrading operating systems. So yeah, good thing that was not a computer that had a lot of information on it, because I would have been in tears. Oh my goodness, I would have been crying. And I have been through this enough times to know that sometimes these things just happen and you just can't help it, but I would have been in tears. Luckily, it's not a main computer that I utilize that much, but anyways, it's still an important part of the whole job that I do. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to access anything that way. Let me see if I can reinstall the operating system that it came with, because I remember doing that on my laptop, and that's kind of what helped save me, even though it was kind of glitchy. I was like, maybe, let's see. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's see, maybe if that will help. And so I'm like, okay, so I go into recovery mode, and it's all these shortcuts on the keys. Like, I think I had to press like shift, option, command R. I think that's what I had to sit and hold until the Apple logo, they say until the Apple logo appears, and then let go. That is incorrect. You have to hold it until the Apple logo disappears. You hold it as soon as startup, you hold them, the Apple logo appears, you keep holding until that Apple logo disappears, and then that puts you into recovery mode. So first off, every single tutorial that I read on the interwebs is wrong, and I'm 100% convinced about that, because no matter what combinations I used, if I let go of it when the Apple logo appeared, I could not get to where I needed to go. Just put my computer in. And that has been the same with all of the computers that I've had to put into recovery mode. So this isn't the first time that I've had to do a recovery mode. Even to just grab a backup, because I did have to do from a Time Machine backup at one point. And stuff. So yeah, anyways. So that was really frustrating, because then when it doesn't hit, you have to wait for your system to start up, and then you have to, let it fully load, and then you can shut it back down, and yada, yada, yada. So that was annoying. I spent a lot of time on this computer over the past, since May 29th, a lot of time. It's also why I've been really quiet in like my Facebook group. It's why I've been really quiet, on social media, just not doing things like not answering the comments. So I see them. I just have not had really any spare time to just sit down and give you my undivided attention, which you deserve. So yeah, that has been extremely frustrating. I'm gonna make sure that I'm spacing things correctly, so I might as well get this one down first. So yeah, we go into recovery mode, finally get there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reinstall the operating system it came with, and then I'll upgrade 1 or 2 operating systems from it. I won't jump all the way to these big mama jammas, which are beautiful. Like, they look beautiful. Their systems and stuff. Oh, which I will say, the latest operating system, Ventura, I don't like its layout. I don't like the way that it does things. I ended up having to do that. Yeah, not a fan at all of that one, and I'm sure eventually I'm going to have to upgrade to that one. I don't know, maybe I won't. There have been a couple that I've been fortunate enough to skip, So we'll see. We'll see if that one ever falls into my lap. But so far, I'm not exactly thrilled with it. So, anyways, back to the issue at hand. I was patterned. Let's do solid. So start doing it, and I'm like, okay, we'll just recover from the original operating system. That's what we'll reinstall, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, that operating system is so old and the certificates have expired that I couldn't. And so here I was, starting to go into computer tech mode. I pulled up, you know when you see on like the movies and they've got the black screen and it's like MS-DOS and they're typing in all the things and it's a bunch of like different combinations of letters and numbers and slashes and dots and all of those things, right? Yeah, you with me? That's what I was having to do to try and change like the date and time and stuff, that maybe that would help. And I was like, yeah, right, it's the wrong date and time. We can't verify anything. I was like, ah! So I was like, no, what am I supposed to do? So I'm like, well, maybe I'm just gonna have to suck this up, and this is what we're gonna have to do, and I'm just gonna cry about it, and I'm just gonna feel, oh, woe is me, this sucks, I hate the world, and move on from there. Okay, so that's what I thought I was gonna have to do. Nope, I didn't have to do that. I ended up doing a little bit more further research and figured out that I can make a bootable version. Sounds sketchy as heck, doesn't it? Yeah, my thoughts too, except it was clearly right on the Apple website. So I needed to have an extra hard drive. By the time all of this happened, okay, so let me back up just a little bit. The computers that we had, so the one computer that was running a good operating system that I really like, we were switching back and forth. But it wasn't working the way that it needed to either. Like, it was like everything was against me on this one. And so I spent days playing around, figuring things out, working with, different color profiles, working with different versions of that operating system. Just back and forth. And it was like every morning was like, okay, today's the day. We're going to switch it and we're going to figure it out. And then we get to cutting and it was super laggy. And we're like, no, this is going to slow down production time. We can't have this. So then we'd switch it back. And then I'd be like, okay, we're going to figure this out. We've got this. And then it'd be like, no, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, you guys. Yeah. So after fighting umpteen million times, oh, what are my dogs barking about? Of course they have to be barking when I'm, busy trying to get a video done. I'm going to pause real quick and I'm going to go see what's going on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. They were literally barking at somebody walking by. That is dogs for you. Okay, so this back and forth game, not working. Finally, I'm like, okay, we got to figure out how to reinstall the operating system. Try that. And that's when I find out that I can't. And that's when I start doing the whole date time stuff. And it's not working. So, let's see. Upgraded Monday the 29th. Fought all week long. Well, fought Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with it. Decided on Friday not to worry about anything and to just focus on getting designing done because new releases were the following week. However, we ended up having to go grocery shopping on Friday, so it limited how much I could get done. And yeah, I worked on it a little bit then. I worked on it on Saturday. I was just like, I'm done. I can't do anything. So I tried to film. I was just like, I'm too tired. I was mentally drained. All the things in the world that just decide to come at you at once. And so I took Saturday kind of off and then did all my stuff on Sunday. Back at it on Monday. You know, Monday comes around and I'm like, yeah, we got this. Yeah, I didn't have anything, guys. Not a darn thing. So, yeah. Fought with it more on Monday. Fought with it more on Tuesday. Wednesday is when it finally came around that I was like, okay, we need to try and reinstall the operating system. That is what we tried. Well, I say we, it was just me. That's what I tried to do. That's when it failed. I'm opening up the terminal or the MS-DOS, type thing and typing in all the stuff and nothing's working, right? So I'm like, okay. So then I figure out I need to make a bootable version. Sounds sketchy. Like I said earlier, sounds sketchy. Totally not sketchy. Totally saved my life. Okay. So, I am kind of letting that one slip. It totally saved my life. I'm really glad that I had 2 hard drives. So I bought some external hard drives a while ago, and I looked at the packaging and it was like, it's for Windows. And I'm like, crap, I bought the wrong ones. So I was like, well, I'll keep them because eventually, you know, we'll have PCs that we need to back up, whether it's for school or Steve's work or whatever, right? No, all I needed to do was download some software so it could read and write to Mac stuff. And I was like, are you kidding me? So my mistake 2 years ago, turned into my benefit during this. And I'm really saying, like, this really was a blessing in disguise. Because normally I would have just maybe thrown them away, gotten rid of them, you know, whatever. No, it saved my life. Really did. So I pulled out one of the hard drives. I went to my laptop and I created the bootable version. So there we are, pulling up terminal or MS-DOS, whatever it is, and I'm typing in all the stuff. I learned how to reformat my hard drive, my external hard drive disk, to say a certain name so that it can recognize it. You know, I formatted everything. I get that bootable version up on there. I go back to my computer, turn it off, press and hold the Option key. And well, first off, I shut it down. I plugged in the hard drive, unplugged everything else in, turned my computer on, sat and pressed that Option key, and dun 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 dun. Oh, I totally forgot to say something. Okay, I'm gonna pause for just 1 second because now you're gonna know the seriousness of this. In trying to get my operating system back up and running, I erased my hard drive completely. Like, it disappeared. It does not exist on my thing anymore. Somehow, at least under the name that it was supposed to, somehow I was able to duplicate a copy of it, which was great. How I did that one, I have no idea. And guys, I was following all the tutorials about this, okay? Like on the Apple forums, all the stuff, you know, from the people that are supposed to know what they're supposed to be doing, right? I am now convinced that they leave a lot of steps out so that people like us can go to them. It's because if we could fix it based upon their information, they'd be obsolete. So, yeah. Erase that. So I went to go turn on my computer and I got the flashing folder with a question mark because my hard drive wasn't even there. So I had to learn how to reinstall that, repartition that, section that off. That was fun times. Yeah. Okay. I think we're going to do feeding time over on this side. And hopefully I remember that and don't put that there. I should remember that because it's literally right in front of my face. But we shall see. So anyways, I really messed some things up and stuff. But I learned how to create the bootable version, got it in on my external hard drive. And when I went to go turn it on, you know, unplug everything, plug that external hard drive in, turn my computer on, press that Option key and hold it, bum-ba-da-da. There shows my hard drive, and there shows my hard drive, and there shows the bootable version. And I was able to install the bootable version, and we are back up and running on an actual operating system that I like, that I enjoy, that I know how to use, and that works with everything that we already currently have and run and operate. So just add to my resume, IT computer technician, because clearly I know how to follow some tutorials, and when they mess it up for me, I know how to fix it. Yeah, so that was me. When I figured out that this was what I needed to do, it was about 8:30 on Wednesday evening, so a couple nights ago. And I didn't get to bed until after 1 a.m. So, and my husband came down and he was like, hey, it's time for bed, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, dude, I am so wired right now. If I try to go to bed without getting this stuff up and going, I will not sleep, and then I'll be completely useless tomorrow. And I was like, and I cannot be completely useless because I have a lot to do. So yeah. Oh, we need a box for the week that we're going to be in. So we'll do this one. So yeah, I apparently have some skills that I didn't even know about, and I'm extremely proud of that fact because it's a rough world out there. It is a rough world out there when it comes to all of this, and I am extremely ecstatic that I was able to accomplish what I needed to accomplish. So I got all of our printers set back up. I got everything downloaded. I can access everything. I have printed from it. Everything works. Yes, everything works. So that was my adventures, you guys. Oh, when I say that I have adventures, I have adventures. So yeah, I have a tendency to not talk about everything that goes on because sometimes it's just like, I don't need people to think that I'm just complaining and not doing anything and blowing smoke up your butt and not actually doing it. No, the truth is I really do work really, really hard, and when I say something, it's what I mean, and if something falls through, I'll own my failure on that part. So yeah, no, I really did go through some crazy adventures with this computer thing, and I'm so glad it's done and over with. So here's our week. We are done. If you made it this far, thank you for staying here with me. I hope you enjoyed this story because it was one for the books. I'm gonna go get ready for Facebook Live that we have to do. So you're gonna put, if you're in the Facebook Live, then you'll also hear the story. Anyways, it's already late. You're probably already here. Anyways, all right, you guys, give it a thumbs up. All new releases are up, and this horror box is up. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.